But this guy, he haunted me down. He found me in my hotel. He called me at 5 a.m. in the morning. So he obviously knew what room I was staying in. Dreaming of exploring the world on your own. Solo traveling can be super empowering, but safety is key. In today's video, you will learn how to find the right accommodation, how to research your trip, and also how to protect yourself if you would ever need to. These tips are designed to help you stay safe and feel empowered and confident as you go on your solo adventures, taking on the world just like I have. So tip number 1 is to research your destination thoroughly. It's super important that you understand the local culture, the people there, and what kind of things that you can and cannot do, as well as what kind of safety things you should be considerate of. For example, when I went to Morocco, if I wouldn't have done my research, understanding that the culture is so different from me being a Swedish girl, I would probably have felt more intimidated. I might have gotten myself into worse situations, and I would have not enjoyed my time as much as I did this time. Since I knew that there was a huge difference in our cultures, I also knew that I needed to do some adjustments in order to enjoy my time there and also respect them. Coming to a different country, you have to respect their local culture, but they also need to respect you as a tourist. So the more you know, the easier it is for you to blend into their local culture, but you can also stand your ground and you know what is right, what is wrong, and what you should expect from them, and maybe what you shouldn't expect. Researching about your trip is also super important when it comes to feeling safe entering to a country and knowing what you're gonna do when you're there. So doing your research, finding out what kind of activities you want to do, what kind of restaurants you want to go to, all of those things will help you feel more at ease, more confident as you enter a new destination. Tip number 2 is to find safe accommodation. So before I head anywhere, I always like to find some safe accommodations that I can stay in, and I do this by searching for a hostel or a hotel in the local area where I'm heading to. Then I make sure that I check the reviews to see what are other maybe solo travelers saying, what are other female travelers saying, what is the general feedback for this hostel or hotel. If everything is green and thumbs up from other travelers, specifically other female solo travelers, then obviously I will feel more confident booking that place and I will feel more safe arriving there. One other thing that I like to look at is what kind of security the hostel or the hotel is offering. So for example, some of the places have 24-hour front desk and some places have security guards walking around 24/7, and these are really good additional things if you want to feel super safe, to know that there will always be people around that you can ask for help or for advice. Tip number 3 is to stay connected. It's super important when you're traveling solo that people know where you are. Share your location with your friends and family. Keep them updated throughout. Send them a message. I'm here, I'm doing this. Now I'm going to this place, and so on. The more people know, the easier it is to help you if anything would happen. You could also agree with them that if they haven't heard from you from X amount of hours or X amount of days, that they should reach out to you and make sure that you are okay. And if you're not responding, then maybe they need to look further into it. It's really good as well if you could share the contact information to your accommodation. So if they wouldn't get hold of you, at least they can get hold of the place where you are staying. To make sure that you can always be contacted, it's super important to have either Esim, so you can use it anywhere that you go, or a local SIM card. My preferred method is using Esim, because then I can buy the package before I arrive at the destination, and as soon as I land I can activate it, making sure that I have Wi-Fi connection or internet connection so everyone can get hold of me. Staying safe as a female traveling solo, connection is super important. So knowing that you have data for your Google Maps, knowing that you can call people whenever you need to, knowing that you can be connected to the internet, do your research, and all of those things are super important to stay safe. Tip number 4 is to blend in and stay alert. When you arrive to a new destination, it's really important that you try and blend in so you don't look like a super tourist. This helps you not stand out from the crowd, not draw too much attention to yourself, and this is really important in countries where maybe you need to wear a specific length of your dress or skirt, or you need to cover up specific parts of your body to blend in with their culture. When it comes to staying alert, I know we all want to go around listening to music or podcasts, but try to take your headphones out, because that allows you to see and hear what's going on around you. So many people are in their own little world having the earphones in and they don't actually hear and see what's going on around them. But if you're traveling solo, this is not something that you can risk. By being alert, you would notice if something is weird, or if you need to get out of a specific area or get away from a specific person. It's super important that you trust your instincts on this one. So if you feel like your tummy is telling you something isn't right, listen to that. Something is probably not right, then it's better for you to remove yourself, go to an area where there's more people, or just change up the scenery. Tip number 5 is to pack light and smart. When you're traveling alone, it's super important to pack light and smart, because you don't want to have loads of suitcases you have to carry around. And if you need to move somewhere, especially if you're gonna have to move quick because of some sort of situation, you don't want to have to take a day to pack your 3 suitcases that you brought with you. Only bring what you really need, so you can easily pack up quickly and get out of there if you would have to. A pro tip here is to have a personal alarm, pack a first aid kit, and copies of all your important documents. Tip number 6, what I was talking about before, trust your instincts. Our gut feelings are so good. They were the ones that have made us come so far as human species. Like, if you didn't trust your gut feeling back in the days, you probably was chewed up by something bigger than you. So when your stomach is telling you, when your instinct is telling you that you should get out of a situation, you do listen to that and you get the fuck out of that situation. Whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you stay safe. If you have a weird feeling, it's better for you to just trust it and go to some other places. You will have a good time anywhere that you go, but if you have that feeling of this isn't for me, then go to some other place. Tip number 7 is to keep a low profile. If you're traveling solo as a girl, there will be numerous people asking you, oh, are you traveling solo? Where are you staying? What is your plans for this trip? And even though I've done this mistake so many times, trying to be a nice girl and answering them with the truth, because I'm a person that wants to lead with truth, don't do it. Tell them some other story. Tell them that you are meeting friends. Tell them that you are meeting up with your partner. Tell them that you are staying in a different area or a different place than what you are saying. I actually had incidents where there was a guy asking, and I didn't really say what hotel I was staying in. I was kind of referring to an area, but this guy, he haunted me down. He found me in my hotel. He had booked himself a room. He called me at 5 a.m. in the morning asking why I wasn't in his room. So he obviously knew what room I was staying in, and I could not sleep the whole night. It was so scary, because I didn't know this person and I didn't know what he was capable of doing. So if you want to be kind, just don't. Like, I know how it feels, but don't. Try and avoid it to all costs. Keep a low profile, and it would actually help you stay more safe and avoid those kind of situations that I got myself into. If you are enjoying this so far, make sure to give this a like and a subscribe to my channel so I can provide you with more videos like this in the future. Tip number 8, the one that I think is gonna be your favorite, is to learn basic self-defense. I want you to go onto YouTube. I'm gonna list a few channels that I recommend you to go and watch and learn some basic self-defense movements. Yes, there will probably always be people around. You can always scream for help, but knowing those basic self-defense techniques is gonna help you feel so much more confident in yourself, to also know what to do if someone would attack you or someone would be too close to you and all of that. So watch a couple of YouTube videos, try on those techniques, see if you can find a friend, your partner, family member, and practice on them, and just see that you feel confident in using those techniques, and that would empower you to feel so much more confident while you're traveling. Tip number 9 is to carry your essentials close to you. Make sure that you have your wallet, your phone, your passport, maybe some important documents with you at all times. You can either have those money belts that you put under your shirts, you can put them in your shoes. I don't know what people do with it. I just have it in my bag, but I want to always be carrying that around. What I do though is I always have a scanned copy on my phone. I also have sent all of them to my parents, so if something would happen, if my bag would get stolen or anything like that, I know that I have a scanned copy to use, but I always want to carry them with me, because you never know who goes into your hotel room or who's staying in the same hostel as you, and if they are actually trustworthy and will leave your stuff alone, or if they're gonna take them. When I carry it around, at least I know with my self-defense techniques that I can protect myself and my belongings. And tip number 10 is to embrace the experience. Girl, you are traveling solo. You are having the best time of your life. I know there will be moments when you feel alone, maybe you feel a little bit insecure, maybe there's things not going exactly as planned, but that's a part of the journey. And that is why we love solo traveling so much. You will learn so much about yourself. You will get outside of your comfort zone. You will grow so much as a person, so much as a woman, as a human being. And that is so beautiful. I am not the same girl that I was before I started traveling. Traveling has really changed my life. It changed my mind, myself, my confidence in myself, because now I know I can do whatever I want to by myself, with others, and I'm gonna have a great time. We are capable of so much more than we think, and traveling the world really teaches you how much you are capable of doing. So embrace everything. Good days, bad days, because if you didn't have bad days, you wouldn't appreciate the good days, and vice versa. And to push yourself even more outside your comfort zone, try to talk to strangers, make friends, have fun when you're away. Like, people are so kind if you just talk to them, if you just surround yourself with them. So really explore all the opportunities that are there. Push yourself to do something different, to be who you really are, and show that to the people around you. And I promise you, you will have a super lovely time anywhere in the world you go. So question to you now, do you have any solo travel tips or maybe experiences that you can share with us in the comments below? Otherwise, I'm gonna see you in the next video.